The Founding Fathers of the United States, forged in the fires of revolution, held an unshakable belief in the importance of a well-armed citizenry. They were men of vision, who had experienced the harsh realities of war and the oppressive grip of a tyrannical regime. Their experiences shaped their understanding of freedom and the means necessary to protect it. They understood through first-hand experience that the ability of the people to bear arms was not just a practical necessity for self-defense, but a fundamental safeguard against the ever-present threat of tyranny. The right to bear arms was seen as a crucial element in maintaining the balance of power between the government and the governed. They had witnessed the oppression of a government that sought to disarm its own people, and they were determined to prevent such a scenario from unfolding in the newly formed nation. The memory of British soldiers confiscating weapons and suppressing dissent was fresh in their minds, fueling their resolve to ensure that future generations would not suffer the same fate. The founders recognized that power, when left unchecked, has a tendency to corrupt. They were acutely aware of the dangers posed by a centralized authority that could impose its will without resistance. Historical examples of tyrannical rulers and oppressive regimes served as stark reminders of what could happen if the people were rendered defenseless. They knew that governments, even those founded on the noblest of ideals, could succumb to the temptation to overreach and infringe upon the liberties of the governed. The debates and discussions among the Founding Fathers often revolved around how to create a system of checks and balances that would prevent any one branch of government from becoming too powerful. They believed that a well-armed citizenry served as a deterrent against such overreach, a constant reminder to those in power that their authority ultimately derived from the consent of the governed. The presence of an armed populace was a clear signal that the people retained the ultimate power to defend their rights and freedoms. The right to bear arms, in their view, was inextricably linked to the preservation of liberty itself. It was not merely about hunting or personal protection. It was about ensuring that the government remained accountable to the people. The Second Amendment was crafted with the intention of providing a means for the people to resist oppression and defend their sovereignty. It was the ultimate insurance policy, the people's last line of defense against a government that had grown too powerful or too tyrannical. In times of crisis, when all other safeguards had failed, the right to bear arms stood as the final bulwark against the erosion of freedom. It was, in essence, the embodiment of the principle that the people are sovereign and the government exists to serve their interests, not the other way around. This principle was deeply ingrained in the American ethos, reflecting the belief that true power resides with the people. This fundamental right, enshrined in the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution, stands as a testament to the founders' foresight and their unwavering commitment to securing the blessings of liberty for themselves and for generations to come. Their legacy is a reminder that the fight for freedom is ongoing, and the responsibility to protect it rests with each and every citizen. The Constitution of the United States, a beacon of freedom and a testament to the wisdom of the Founding Fathers, is not a document that grants rights to the people. Rather, it is a document that explicitly acknowledges and protects the inherent rights that all individuals possess by virtue of their humanity. It is a document that limits the power of the government, not the freedoms of the people. This principle is paramount to understanding the founders' intent and the very essence of American governance. The government, in their view, was not the source of rights, but rather the servant of the people, entrusted with the solemn duty of safeguarding the liberties that were rightfully theirs. The Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, stands as a bulwark against government overreach. Each amendment outlines specific areas where the government's power is explicitly limited, serving as a constant reminder that the ultimate source of authority resides with the people. This understanding that the Constitution is a document of limitations on government power is essential to interpreting and upholding the rights enshrined within its pages. It is a testament to the founders' belief in the inherent dignity and freedom of every individual and their determination to create a government that would protect, not infringe upon, those sacred liberties. Among the rights enshrined in the Bill of Rights, the Second Amendment stands as a cornerstone of American liberty. It is a testament to the foresight of the Founding Fathers, who understood the importance of a well-armed populace in maintaining the balance of power between the government and the governed. It states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. This powerful declaration underscores the belief that the ability to defend oneself and one's community is a fundamental human right. These words were chosen with great care and deliberation, reflecting the experiences and wisdom of those who had fought for independence. These words, carefully crafted by the founders, have resonated through the centuries, serving as a constant reminder of the people's right to defend themselves, their families, and their freedoms. The Second Amendment has been a subject of much debate and interpretation, yet its core message remains clear and unwavering. It is imperative to understand that the Second Amendment does not grant the right to keep and bear arms. Rather, it recognizes and protects a pre-existing right, one that is inherent to all individuals. The purpose of the amendment is not to bestow this right upon the people, but rather to ensure that it remains secure against government infringement. The founders were acutely aware of the potential for government overreach and sought to safeguard against it. The founders, having just fought a war of independence against a tyrannical government, understood all too well the dangers of a disarmed citizenry. Their experiences during the American Revolution shaped their views on the necessity of an armed populace. They recognized that an armed populace served as a deterrent against both foreign threats and domestic tyranny. The presence of an armed citizenry was seen as a vital check on the power of the government, ensuring that it remained accountable to the people. The Second Amendment, therefore, is not merely about hunting or sport shooting, though these are certainly legitimate activities protected under its purview. It encompasses a broader principle, one that is deeply rooted in the American ethos of self-reliance and individual responsibility. It is about the fundamental right of the people to defend themselves, their families, and their freedoms against any and all threats, whether foreign or domestic. This right, enshrined in the Second Amendment, continues to be a cornerstone of American identity and a symbol of the enduring spirit of liberty. The Founding Fathers, in their writings and speeches, left no doubt as to their belief in the importance of an armed citizenry. They saw it as a fundamental pillar of a free society, a safeguard against tyranny, and a means to ensure that the government remained accountable to the people. Their words, etched in the annals of history, serve as a stark reminder of the principles that underpinned the founding of the United States and the importance of preserving those principles for generations to come. These documents, now revered as sacred texts, were crafted with the foresight that the future of the nation depended on the vigilance and preparedness of its citizens. Thomas Jefferson, the primary author of the Declaration of Independence, famously wrote, "No free man shall ever be debarred the use of arms." Jefferson's writings reflect his deep conviction that the right to bear arms was intrinsic to the concept of personal freedom and self-reliance. These words encapsulate the founders' belief that the right to bear arms was not merely a privilege granted by the government, but an inherent right of every free individual. They believed that an armed populace was a crucial check on governmental power, ensuring that no single entity could dominate or oppress the people. George Washington, the nation's first president, echoed this sentiment, stating, "A free people ought not only to be armed, but disciplined, to which end a uniform and well-digested plan is requisite, and their safety and interest require that they should promote such manufactories as tend to render them independent of others for essential, particularly military supplies." Washington's vision extended beyond mere armament. He emphasized the need for organization, training, and self-sufficiency in military supplies. Washington understood that an armed citizenry was essential not only for individual self-defense, but also for the collective security of the nation. He recognized that a well-regulated militia, composed of ordinary citizens, was a bulwark against external threats and internal tyranny alike. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, wrote in Federalist No. 46 that a well-armed citizenry would serve as a barrier against the enterprises of ambition, ensuring that the government remained accountable to the people. Madison's insights were rooted in his understanding of human nature and the potential for power to corrupt. He argued that a standing army, while necessary for national defense, could also pose a threat to liberty if it became too powerful or was used to suppress the people's rights. Madison's cautionary words remind us of the delicate balance between maintaining security and preserving freedom. These are just a few examples of the many pronouncements made by the Founding Fathers on the importance of the right to bear arms. Their collective wisdom and foresight continue to resonate through the ages, reminding us of the enduring relevance of their principles. Their words serve as a testament to their belief that an armed citizenry is essential for the preservation of liberty and the security of a free state. As we reflect on their legacy, we are reminded of the responsibility we bear to uphold these ideals and ensure that the freedoms they fought for are not forgotten. In conclusion, the Constitution gives no power to the government to regulate firearms. Gun control is not about the gun. It is about control. Shall not be infringed means exactly that. No permits or permission slips, no limits on rate of fire or magazine capacity. Anything the government can equip the standing army with is constitutionally legal for the citizens to own. The Founding Fathers, having just fought a war against the most powerful military on earth, would not have limited the right of the people to have weapons of war. In fact, they passed a law in 1792 that required citizens to have weapons of war, ammunition, and to be trained and ready to fight any threat, be it either foreign or domestic. As we navigate the complexities of modern society, we must remember the principles laid down by those who came before us. The right to bear arms is not just a relic of the past, but a living testament to the freedoms we cherish. Stay frosty, my friends. Keep your head down and your powder dry.